as far as her impact, I think it's really important when we're talking about changing times and people who change things and so forth. It's important to know just how much of an impact she had on the literary scene. You know, she developed verse journalism, and so where it was actually almost news reports in the poetry, although it was indeed poetry. One example of that is Chicago Defender sends a man to Little Rock, and I'm not going to read it all because it's a very long poem, but just to give you an idea, when the reporter is trying to figure out what's going on because he sees all this hate and stuff in Little Rock, but he also sees people just going throughout their days, and so he's a little confused. So he says that, and true, they are hurling spittle, rock, garbage, and fruit in Little Rock. And I saw coiling storm arise on bright Madonnas, and a scythe of men harassing brownish girls. The bows and barrettes and the curls and braids declined away from joy. So that's just an example of her verse journalism, which is something that other people continue to do. And I think it's a very exciting concept in the world of poetry, that you can tell these stories. If you're interested in another example of that, then you could also look up her poem Thinking of Elizabeth Steinberg, which talks about the very young girl, about 6 years old or something, who hit the papers in the 1980s and was responsible for a lot of the child abuse laws that were created after that, because of the brutal way she was treated by her mother and I believe it was her stepfather. But Mama wrote a poem about that that makes me tear up whenever I read it.